Statement. Back in the 20th century, even though the free thought of Armenians was wrapped in the dungeon of the Soviet Union, Armenians would hear the voice of the democratic world for an hour per day, and that voice was Radio Liberty. It is obvious that the violent Communist Party would very often silence that voice. Nevertheless, bits of information would reach us, and this was enough for people to satisfy their desire for free speech. This also helped establish the indefatigable resoluteness to provide the information. Launched in 1988, the movement for Artsakh was a struggle for not only national liberation, but also for democracy. The achievements made on those two fronts at the price of the freedom-loving Armenians were consistently neutralized, and all the Armenian administrations appointed by the Kremlin returned us Armenians to the circle of repressed and enslaved countries which are unable to dispose of the territories that belong to them. In these conditions, it seemed as though Radio Liberty had to act with the logic that it had been acting with for decades, making sure free speech was encouraged and disseminated, and joining the platform of freedom lovers. Alas, in our days, deviating from its mission, Radio Liberty is no different from the other Russian colonial media outlets operating in Armenia and, in essence, it is undisguisedly serving the anti-Armenian and anti-Western interests of the Kremlin. This is the reason why Radio Liberty turns a deaf ear to and overlooks the activities and demonstrations of the National Democratic Alliance, which is leading a struggle against the neo-colonization of Russia, and it does not even provide coverage of the crowded events held in support of Ukraine. Instead, it quickly provides coverage of every insignificant and pointless action taken by the pro-Russian authorities and the equally pro-Russian and so-called opposition. The National Democratic Alliance hopes Radio Liberty reconsiders its anti-democratic policy and restores the good reputation that it has earned throughout the past decades. Council of the National Democratic Alliance, 15th of June 2022, Yerevan.
Ազգային-Ժողովրդավարական Բևեռին խորհուրդ հունիսի 15, 2022-ին Երևան։
Բաժանորդագրվեք Ազգային-Ժողովրդավարական Բևեռի YouTube-յան ալիքին։